So through the co-design workshops that we run with parents and caregivers, we take this opportunity to hear from them about what we need to refine in the content. So they've had the opportunity to engage with the content, to try it out in real-world settings, and we hear from them as well as subject matter experts about what changes we need to make.
So one of the really unique components of this project is the co-design and kind of iterative cycle of the way that we're developing content. So our academic team is coming up with some first drafts of content we think is important, but through this co-design process we're learning about things that we think is important but turns out may not be applicable to certain countries or certain contexts, and that we're learning a lot from our partners in each of these countries about what's really relevant to them and things we're not thinking of in our kind of academic settings. So it's a really important kind of iterative co-design process that I think will make this content relevant to people and applicable in their daily lives.
In this project, what we do is we give parents and caregivers and experts an opportunity to test out some of the content and in the form of the app. So they're able to actually try out in a real-world setting how the content fits into their life, and they're actually able to sort of have a play with the features and the functions in the app itself. Then in each country, we convene different workshops. So we bring together parents and caregivers in 3 or 4 different workshops to get a lot of different opinions. And we also run a couple of workshops specifically with experts as well. And in these workshops, we directly get feedback from them as to how they've found the content. Does it make sense to them? Is it relevant to them? Is it something that's engaging to them? Do they think it would be of benefit for them? And if not, how can we fix it? How can we do better? So we want to hear directly from the people that we're trying to help and that we're trying to develop a solution for, whether we're hitting the mark or what we need to do to make sure we get closer to that mark.
So typically in every country we try to put together 5 to 6 workshops with parents and experts, preferably more, because the more information you get, the more understanding, and therefore the better the solution will be at the end of the day. And so what we do is we have the in-country partners arrange the workshops. We set the agenda, as well as Minderoo also helps set the agenda, and we, along with Minderoo, facilitate the workshop, which involves asking parents or experts about all their different experiences and needs in relation to parenting and technological solutions.
It's an open discussion, like there's no close-ended questions, so we actually ask them about what they expect from this app and what kind of parenting challenges or parenting support they need. So this discussion actually helps us to refine our content, propose new contents, and redesign some of our content.
So understanding the cultural context helps us not only sort of deliver the co-design experience, but also develop solutions for local peoples in mind. And it helps to understand all the different sort of social norms and cultural practices and knowledges and histories that will influence the solutions that you design for.
In many countries, people live in multi-generational households. So what we're trying to do during the co-design process, we are actually trying to listen to parents as well as family members like grandparents, uncle, aunties, whoever is supporting the growth of children, the development of the children.
So we bring lots of different people together, so experts and in this case parents and child caregivers. And we ask some questions to try and understand their experience with the app itself, as well as their experience as parents just generally, and any sort of social norms and values and expectations they have on their children, to try to create this holistic understanding of their experience that we can then co-design for.
What I love about the program is the scope of the project and how many countries we get to go into. So I get to see workshops across so many different countries, and seeing parents as well involved in the process has been really cool.
And it's really interesting because through the co-design program, we have started with Afghanistan, and then over 1 year we have gone through 11 countries, and we can see that how the app has evolved from Afghanistan, Indonesia, and we finally finalized the year with PNG, and we can see that how the content has evolved. So if you just look at the content, the collective actions library. That started with 60 collective actions, then that expanded to 100, then that expanded to above 100, and it keeps on going.